Hi, it's Nurse Juan Carlos. Welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm here to talk about the NCLEX, which I took for the second time after I failed the first time. And as you see, I passed the second time. Second time was the go around for me, and I passed. I am officially an LPN, licensed practical nurse. Whew, I still don't believe that. So I've been a nurse now for about 7 months. I'll say, yeah, 7 months. And it's been a roller coaster, up and down, a journey, experience, learning so much. But let me tell you. But before I tell you, I want you to hit that button, subscribe, like, and share. So this second time around for my studying, I did the same. I used the same study materials. I used Remar, Saunders, Hers. I use Empowerment Nursing or Nursing Empowerment. These ladies from Canada, they're really good. And then I bought UWorld. I cannot say UWorld is the best. I recommend nursing students, or if you're taking the NCLEX, to buy UWorld. I wish I would have bought UWorld when I was taking my nursing program instead of buying it after. Most people buy their study package after their program to get ready for the NCLEX, but UWorld is the best. I recommend it to get it before doing your program, before the NCLEX. But those are the things that I study. After I failed my test, I wanted to sign up for the next test. If it was up to me, I would have taken it the next week. But I know I wasn't ready. So I had to wait 45 days to take the next test. So that day that I found out that I failed, the next day I went and signed up, and I counted the days, exactly 45 days, and then I signed up to take the test, which was, I think, October 15 or October 16, something like that. So I continued to study and stuff like that. And I'm not going to tell you I study this way, I study that way, because for every person is different. You're going to find your own way of studying what works for you. Because I could tell you I did these questions. I did 50 questions. I did 100. There's people that do 300 questions. It just depends on you. Whatever works for you, whatever is going to make you retain the information, that's what's going to help you, you know? So I continued to study all the materials, different times, different ways and everything. And I just continued to do my thing. And when the day of the test came, I took my test. I kind of felt the same way as the first time, just answering questions, and there was a lot of similar questions. But this time I wasn't scared because I already knew what was coming. I knew what questions or how the format worked, how to get to the SATA questions, which that is the most important things. SATA. That's how you know that you're doing good on the test. The more SATA you get, the better you're doing. Because I remember I think on the first test I got like 10 SATA questions, and then on the second test I got 27 SATA questions. So I would get to them. Yes, there are really hard questions, but I kind of wasn't focusing on getting them right. I was more focused on getting to them, because the way the system works is like a scale that goes up, down, up, down, up, down. So if you get a SATA, you go up. If you get a regular question, you get it right, you go up. When you get it wrong, then it goes down. Up, down, up, down. So you want to stay up. So I was more concerned going up. And if I got it wrong, it brought me down. But then I went to another SATA question, it means I'm going up. So that was my concern, to get to those up questions with the SATA. And I continued doing it. And then my test stopped at 85 questions. It stopped at 85 questions. And I was like, okay. And then I just left the place and stuff. I wasn't feeling like I passed or like I failed. I was just relieved that I was done. I wasn't gonna check the Pearson view trick. I was gonna wait, but the anxiety was killing me, so I went and checked. I went and parked at an empty parking lot, and I was waiting for the time, and an hour hit, But I was like, let me wait a little bit longer just in case it's not updated yet. And then an hour and a half later, I opened it. I put all my information, all the way you gotta do it, and then your number, and then the fake expiration date and everything. And when I tell you I hit submit and it gave me the good pop-up, I froze. My mouth was open, like, you know that typical movie when you're surprised and you're like, that's how I was. Like, I froze, I couldn't talk, my eyes came watery. I just could not believe it. And I was telling to myself, like, oh my God, I passed. And I don't know, in a way, I felt like I wanted to fail because I already know how it feels to fail. You know, I failed my first NCLEX and I already knew how it felt to fail. But to actually pass, I was like surreal. I couldn't believe it. I needed to pinch myself. Like, I screamed inside my car. That's why I went to an empty parking lot, because they were like, if you see a guy crying or screaming in his car, you'll be like, what is going on in that car? So that's why the car was it was empty lot. But so I passed the test, and oh my God, I was so thankful to God that all my heart. If you watch my first video, you know the reason I failed the first test is a long story, but this time I took it seriously and I went all the way, and it helped, it paid off, and I'm a nurse now, you know, something that I had wanted for a long time, and now I could say that I met one of my goals. So now that I passed my test, that I'm a nurse, licensed practical nurse, LPN, well, I was ready to get to work. And I was already working as a nurse because at the time I was working at a nursing home on a skill facility, and I was a CNA, and they knew I was in a finished school, so they offered me a LPN position job, and I got my permit, and I was already working, so I was already training, working. I was already working by myself and everything, so I was already doing that. And when I failed the first time, your permit expires automatically, so you cannot work, nothing. So a lot of people get their permit and they wait the full 3 months before, but I got my permit, and then a month later or a few weeks, I was already scheduled for my test. So my test was already expired, you know, my permit. So I went back to working as a CNA for like 3 weeks. Well, I didn't think I worked the whole 3 weeks because I was studying. So I tried to work the minimal, even though they called me to come and work as a CNA, but I wasn't, because I was studying, because I was taking it seriously the second time, because I was like, I busted my behind for this study. I did not, I would take nights that I would not sleep at all because I would be studying, taking breaks, everything. So this time I took it really, really seriously. So yeah, so I passed the test, and I called my manager the same day, and I told her I got my test, I passed it. I sent her the picture of my license, everything. I was like ready to go to work the next day, but she told me, oh, come on Monday. I think it was, I can't remember what it was, a Wednesday. No, it was a Tuesday. Yes, it was a Tuesday, and I was ready to go to work, but she's like, "Oh, come on Monday. We're gonna do some paperwork and blah blah blah, and this." And then she asked me if I was ready, and I said, "Yeah." She's like, "Let me train you for one more day," because I trained for 3 weeks, which 3 weeks I don't think was. I mean, it wasn't enough. And people now they tell me, like, how can you do it in 3 weeks? I was like, well, that's what they gave me. But at the time I didn't know better, But I think you need more, as a new nurse, you need more training, But I'm a fast learner too, I've been doing this for a while, the healthcare, I just needed to learn more about the administration, medication, and the routine and stuff like that. So I trained for one more day, and then I was on my own. And I've been on my own since, 7 months already? Oh my God, I can't believe 7 months. Every time I hit a month, so it will be, my next month will be June 16, July 16. Every time I hit a month, it kind of catches me off guard. Like, wow, another month. I'm becoming a experienced nurse month by month, So yeah, so I started working that new job. And when I tell you, nursing is not what I imagined at all. I don't know, when I was a CNA, I would look at nurses and see them do certain things, and I would be like, oh my God, that's how they do. Oh, that's how they do. But no, it's different. When you're actually working as a nurse, you do so much stuff that other people don't see, you know? And I think it's the same for any job that you see them do something, but you don't know what they go until you walk their shoes. So I started, working on my own, having my own cart, having my own section. I want to tell you guys that it doesn't matter how many times you take the NCLEX. Don't get discouraged, because you will get there. You will pass the NCLEX, I think it's just the way you set up yourself, you prepare yourself. And sometimes, anxiety takes over you, or life happens, and stuff happens. But if you take it once, 3, 4 times, it doesn't matter, keep going for what you want. You went to school for this, you worked hard for this, so you are gonna do it. Just give it time and prepare yourself. Look for different ways. If the first time didn't work out, try it a different way. If it didn't work out, try it a different way. There is so much resource out there. There's so many books, so many people teaching, YouTube videos. There is so much material, so don't give up, keep trying, And I also recommend, when you get your first job, I would recommend it to get it at a nursing home or a skilled facility, just because you're going to learn so much about all the areas, A lot of people, don't want to go to nursing homes because they don't want to be stuck there, or they think different thoughts about it, But I truly recommend. You're going to learn a lot as a new nurse there, I had 2 classmates that started with me. We all 3 got our license and we started working there. And I think they were there for a few months, and then one of them went to home health, the other one went to a clinic. And certain jobs are for people, and that's how you're gonna learn, by taking those jobs and seeing what it is, But that's what I recommend, Don't give up on your NCLEX, even if you fail. Get a job at a nursing home. That way you could learn a lot. And then after 3 months, move on. And you don't need to stay there, Just get there, learn all your information you need, get your experience, and then you have the choice of going anywhere you want. Well, that's all for now. I just wanted to come here and talk to you guys and let you know how my second time taking the NCLEX was, and that I'm working now as a nurse, and I'm doing what I love. Later on, I'm going to be making more videos about what I do at my job, what I do on a daily basis, who I talk to, who I work with, what I go through. Maybe I'll bring you guys with me. If you are planning on going on nursing and you want to know a little bit of what else LPNs do, if you are in nursing school, or if you're already a nurse and you want to hear my stories, see what I go through, we can relate. We all go through the same things and just share our experiences. I also plan to make this channel about more nursing stuff, about what do you have to do to be a nurse, about different type of level of nursings, how much do we get paid, is it worth it, just the things about nursing in general, things that people want to know. And if you have any ideas, any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you guys. And I just want to thank you guys for watching this channel, this video. If you guys want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, like and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.